Alright guys, your boy Mark back on the video. I know I look awful. I'm so sorry, but yeah, Smackdown 20th of June 2025 just got off the air. And everyone's gonna talk about the ending, I'm pretty sure. I want to review this entire show based strictly off my memory because I don't want to know what anyone else is saying about the ending of the show just yet. I want to get out my full, real, uninfluenced opinion out there first before I check out what anyone else says. Um, wow. Show open up. LA Knight wanting to confront Seth Rollins, but Paul Heyman comes out instead. And Paul Heyman basically says something terrible is going to happen to you tonight. That's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. And then Paul Heyman's voice actually cracked when he said I, and he said, I forgot how it was. It was like, it was something like that. And then LA Knight actually mocked that. He was like, well, you. that was pretty funny. And then he even offered a match, one-on-one LA Knight versus Paul Heyman, kind of, which was kind of cool. And then even then, LA Knight was very kind enough to be like, you know what, I'll give you the first shot. And then, yeah, and then Paul Heyman just left the ring, and then JC Mateo and I think Bronson Reed attacked LA Knight afterwards. That was a messenger notification. I imagine it's my boy. I'll definitely get back to you once I finish this review, but bro. Yeah. Then we get the first proper match of the night. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. Queen of the Ring. Sorry, I almost said King of the Ring. Queen of the Ring semifinals. Really good match. I really enjoyed this, actually. Asuka, actually ended up getting the win. Her first singles match in over a year, I think. I didn't realize Asuka was gone that long, far out. But yeah, that was good stuff, man. I really enjoyed that. Some people have said, and I'm sorry if you have said that Alexa lost. But, yeah, I really enjoyed that match. And, hey, I'm just doing my review. Yeah, and you know, I want Asuka to win the whole thing instead of Roxanne Hogan. Hopefully Roxanne Hogan doesn't win the Queen of the Ring. See, what would it be? It would be... I don't even remember what brand Roxanne is on. I guess Ross. I can't remember. So it would be freaking Roxanne versus Tiffany, Nia, maybe Naomi at SummerSlam. But if Asuka wins, it'll be Asuka versus freaking Io at SummerSlam. We got that match on one of the Smackdowns. I was about to go onto YouTube, but I don't want to see what anyone else says yet. But yeah, so that was really good stuff. There's probably going to be something I forget. I'm going to try and squint my eyes so I can see if any reviews are up of SmackDown yet without seeing people freaking out or I'll just go on WWE's channel to see what they've uploaded so far. Oh yeah. There was a promo between Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and I forgot who the other guy was. Obviously, it was between the King of the Ring Final Four: Sami, Jey, Cody, Randy Orton, and what I was talking about was uh just them saying, "Hey, I'm gonna win King of the Ring. It's my destiny to win my first world championship." That's what Sammy was like, and even Randy Orton was like, "No, I want to win King of the Ring." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm tired. Sorry, 3 hours for John Cena. I'm dedicated to this. It'll be another 3 hours. This is yeah. Anyway, everyone got a turn to talk. This was the funny part. Everyone got a turn to talk except for freaking Cody Rhodes. That was hilarious. And it was advertised as just his segment too, so they made it funnier. Like Jey Uso coming up was a surprise, Randy coming up was a surprise, even Sammy coming up was a surprise, and the whole thing was advertised. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, up next. And then he didn't even say anything. He just stood there for 10 minutes. Oh, that's funny. But I forgot to mention this. I know the wacky order of this is weird, but just before the Asuka versus Alexa match, there was supposed to be an Aleister Black versus Kit Wilson match. And Aleister was making his entrance, and then R-Truth, Ron Killings, even WWE can't decide if he's a R-Truth or Ron Killings. Like, he comes out to attack Kit Wilson, and he actually puts Kit Wilson in the STF, and Kit taps out. That's the closest thing we got to John Cena versus Kit Wilson. I don't think we'll see that match in this retirement tour, unfortunately. But and then he was like saying, "I want John Cena now. I want John Cena now," because the main event of this show was John Cena versus R-Truth, Ron Killings. And he talked about, and then even backstage, there's a segment between Ron Killings, Aleister Black, and Damian Priest came in shortly after too. Aleister Black was like, "Why are you doing this to my matches?" And then he was like, "Man, it's nothing personal. I just wanted John Cena," basically. That's what he was like. And then Damian Priest was like, I completely forgot what Damian Priest said, actually. But basically, Damian was rooting for R-Truth, so yeah. And then there was an awesome promo showing John Cena and CM Punk's rivalry throughout the years. And then we get Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn, King of the Ring semifinals. This was great stuff. I really enjoyed this match, actually, with Sami Zayn. A lot of good counters. Sami countered the RKO at least once. That was cool. Randy countered the haluva kick. And a lot of good back and forth stuff between these two, actually. Eventually, Randy hit the RKO. And I say that like this was a quick 3-minute match. It was a good, like, 12-minute at least match. It was good stuff. Randy Orton wins, he qualifies for the finals. So yeah, and on Raw, unless John Cena is announced for the next episode of Raw, I'm not going to be reviewing that. Probably not. But that'll be Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes, King of the Ring semifinals. I think Cody Rhodes would win that. I have a hard time thinking that Jey Uso would defeat Randy Orton, though. So we might as well just have Cody win that. and then just let Cody win King of the Ring. Who cares, man? But yeah. And then we get, what happened after this? Nia Jax. Nia Jax came out, and she didn't have a match. She was just talking on the mic. I completely forgot what she was talking about. But then Tiffany came out, Tiffany Stratton, the women's champion, came out, basically saying, hey, next week, last woman standing match. Me and you for the championship. Nia Jax ended up attacking Tiffany a few times, and Naomi tried to cash in Money in the Bank, but then Nia Jax stopped her. Yeah, good stuff. Then we get Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green. It was a cool match. It was alright. Charlotte defeated Chelsea, makes her tap out to the figure eight. And then, right as she wins the match, Piper Niven elbows Charlotte. That was pretty funny. Then they attack her. Then Alexa Bliss comes out to save Charlotte. Weird. Interesting. Then we get a promo, Jacob Fatu, and Solo Sikoa. By the way, at Night of Champions, there will now be Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship, so that's cool. You know what? I think, no, I should do a preview for that. Yeah. These are blueberries, by the way, if you're wondering what's up with my fingers. But Jacob Fatu, but Solo's basically saying, hey man, I'm sorry this came to this, but I just want to say I love you, man. And then Jacob's like, nah, you're just trying to manipulate me so that you can stay being the tribal chief and all that. And it turned into a fight. Then JC, Mateo, actually Solo tried to spike Jacob, but Jacob stopped him. And then JC, Mateo, and tried to help him out. Tried to help Solo out, of course. Then Jimmy Uso came out to help out. And yeah, then they left the ring, and yeah. But what happened after this? I think this was when we got Bronson Reed versus LA Knight. And I'm very glad it was this, by the way, instead of a tag match. Tag matches like the filler things. Anyway, Bronson Reed ends up being a good match. Actually, LA Knight saw an attack coming. I think he actually came in from the crowd because he figured someone would be waiting to attack him, and then, you know, the match started. I don't even remember how the match went, honestly. But then Braun Breaker spears LA Knight, costing him the match, although he does win by DQ. And then LA Knight gets crushed for 3 tsunamis. And then Bronson, and then LA Knight's taken out. Then we finally get to the freaking main event. 3 hours of waiting. The main event. Ron Killings versus John Cena. The match wasn't all that, honestly. It wasn't much. It was just a weird brawling thing. And then Ron got in a lot of offense, actually. And this was during the commercial break. So I don't think American viewers saw this, but Ron actually did the shoulder block powerbomb thing to John Cena himself during the commercial. And then John basically leaves the ring. He grabs his championship belt. He's trying to walk back. Ron chases after him as John is walking to gorilla position. Bam! John smashes Ron in the head with the championship belt and gets himself disqualified. Ron is out of here. Then CM Punk's music hits. CM Punk comes out to defend Ron, attack him, and then John Cena runs back to the ring. Actually nails CM Punk twice with the belt shot. And then he gets out a table, a Slim Jim table, by the way. And then he AAs CM Punk through the table. And this was why this was the main event. This is what I'm assuming everyone's talking about right now as I'm filming this. Well, like I said, I haven't seen anyone's reactions or reviews to this yet. Maybe everyone's blowing up about this. Maybe everyone's crapping on this. But I'm going to give you guys my opinion before I discover any of that for myself. Alright, so, John Cena grabs the microphone. And he literally does his own version of CM Punk's infamous 2011 pipe bomb promo. Remember? The one when he's like, John, as you sit uncomfortably there, I don't hate you, John. I hate this idea, you're the best. John Cena basically did his own version of that. And not gonna lie, it was actually pretty cool to see. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he even threw in his own things like, hey, they're not going to cut me off like they cut you off back then. And and John Cena even acknowledged that he ripped off CM Punk's promo. And, well, that was wild. That was why that main evented. That was why the truth match wasn't all that. It was all about the pipe bomb promo afterwards. And we had no clue. And I love it. I freaking loved it. I wonder if people are going to blow up about it. Because I remember the internet, the day that the CM Punk pipe bomb promo happened way back in 2011. I remember logging onto YouTube, and all I saw was CM Punk is God. Everyone was talking about it. It was nuts. I remember that day. So I kind of hope the same thing is happening for the John Cena pipe bomb promo right now. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but far out. Yeah, this is something I'm really excited to see others talk about. Either way, no matter what anyone says, I loved it. It wasn't what I expected. I was very excited to just see my favorite of all time wrestle. The greatest of all time, John Cena wrestle. And, that was certainly more than I was expecting. Far out. So, I'm excited. I'm super excited for Night of Champions, especially for John Cena versus CM Punk. You know. But yeah. I don't know what to say. But, everyone's going to be talking about that ending, I imagine. Who knows, maybe I'll upload this and I'm embarrassingly wrong, but thank you guys for watching. Peace out, everyone.